For 8 years, the world thought they knew the full story of Brad Pitt's divorce. We saw the headlines and the court dates, but while Brad was smiling on the red carpet, his family was quietly erasing him. Today, the legal files are finally opening, and what they reveal about his true relationship with his children and the billionaire battle for Miraval is something Hollywood tried to keep hidden. This is not just a standard celebrity breakup. It is a meticulous, multi-layered dismantling of a legacy. On one hand, you have the ultimate Hollywood survivor, a man whose magnetic charm and rugged good looks have kept him at the absolute top of the A-list for over 3 decades. He is currently starring in and producing a massive, high-octane Formula One racing movie, representing the absolute pinnacle of cinematic glamour and masculine cool. On the other hand, far away from the blinding camera flashes and the roaring engines, a quiet, devastating campaign is being waged in the sterile halls of California family courts. It is a campaign led not by hostile studios or bitter rivals, but by his own children, who are systematically and legally erasing his very name from their identities. To truly understand how we arrived at this unprecedented tipping point, we must look back at the timeline of a family tragedy that has played out in public view for nearly 10 years. When Angelina Jolie first filed for divorce in late 2016, following a highly publicized and deeply traumatic incident on a private jet, the public assumed it would be a messy but typical celebrity separation. Instead, it has evolved into a multi-front war of attrition. Even though their marriage was legally dissolved in late 2024, the underlying battle over their massive global assets and the psychological battle for their children's loyalty has only grown more hostile. Now, as we navigate through 2026, the contrast between Brad's dual lives has reached a dramatic, undeniable peak. While Brad tours the globe, standing on the asphalt of historic racetracks, holding hands with his partner Ines de Ramon and projecting the image of a man in his prime, his family is engaged in an aggressive legal decoupling. The carefully constructed wall of celebrity public relations is beginning to crack under the weight of real-world legal filings, revealing a fascinating and deeply tragic paradox. The man who has everything is losing the very people he built his legacy for. To understand the sheer scale of what is at risk, we have to look at Château Miraval. This legendary 1,200-acre estate in the south of France is worth over $164 million. It is a stunning sanctuary of pine forests, ancient stone, and olive groves, housing a historic recording studio where rock royalty, like Pink Floyd, once recorded tracks for their masterpiece album, The Wall. This was the exact spot where Brad and Angelina married in 2014, and Brad spent years personally transforming the estate into a global winemaking empire. But everything shattered when Angelina sold her 50% stake to a holding company owned by Yuri Shefler, a Russian-born billionaire. But wait, this isn't just a battle over grapes, contracts, and offshore bank accounts. While Brad's high-priced lawyers fought desperately for control of the vineyard, his own children were planning a far more devastating permanent strike. A strike that didn't take place in a corporate boardroom, but in a California county courthouse, where the name Pitt was treated like a toxic label to be legally bleached away. What his children did next is the ultimate betrayal. A move so calculated and coordinated that it has sent shockwaves through the highest levels of Hollywood. To see how deep this rabbit hole goes, we have to look at the explosive legal developments of 2026, which have pushed the battle for Miraval into its most dangerous phase yet. For years, the Jolie Group and its billionaire owner Yuri Shefler argued they were completely outside the jurisdiction of California courts. But in a massive, game-changing victory for Brad Pitt, a California appeals court recently reversed a lower court's decision, ruling that Shefler is back on the hook and must face the lawsuit in California. The court noted that it defied credulity that a sophisticated businessman would risk $40 million on a transaction he supposedly knew nothing about. Furthermore, the court ordered Jolie Group executives, including Swiss resident Alexei Alionik, to submit to depositions in London by September 30, 2026. This means the highly secretive financial mechanics of a billionaire's offshore transaction are about to be laid bare under oath. Even the estate's French windmaker, Marc-Olivier Perrin, has been ordered to defend himself in a U.S. court. Brad Pitt is fighting tooth and nail to reclaim sole custody of his winemaking empire, viewing the intrusion of a global spirits conglomerate as an act of corporate warfare. And that corporate warfare is happening in tandem with an even more visceral domestic tragedy. The legal erasing of Brad Pitt by his children is a systematic process that has unfolded with chilling precision, revealing a deep-seated estrangement that has been building for a decade. The public first caught a glimpse of this visceral divide when an old social media post from his son Pax was leaked. In that post, Pax described his father as a world-class asshole and a despicable person who made his 4 youngest children tremble in fear. While Brad's representatives dismissed the post as typical teenage rebellion, the legal filings of the other children paint a far more deliberate and unified picture. Maddox, the eldest son adopted from Cambodia in 2002, was the first to quietly drop the Pitt surname in his daily and professional life. Then came Shiloh, the couple's first biological child, born in Namibia in 2006. On her 18th birthday in May 2024, Shiloh didn't celebrate with a typical Hollywood party. Instead, she went straight to a California court to file a petition to legally remove Pitt from her name. She even paid for her own legal counsel, ensuring that her decision was entirely her own and completely free from any influence by her mother. The trend only accelerated in 2026. During her graduation ceremony at the prestigious Spelman College, where she earned a degree in psychology, Zahara walked across the stage to receive her diploma. As the crowd cheered, her name was read aloud not as Zahara Jolie-Pitt, but as Zahara Marley Jolie. Weeks later, in June 2026, Zahara followed Shiloh's blueprint, formally filing a legal petition in the Los Angeles Superior Court to permanently and legally remove her father's surname. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Vivienne, who worked alongside her mother as an assistant producer on the Broadway musical The Outsiders, was credited in the official playbill simply as Vivienne Jolie. Out of their 6 children, 4 have now taken active, public, and legal steps to erase their father's name. This is not just a rejection of a surname. It is a wholesale rejection of his lineage, a public declaration of independence that cuts deeper than any courtroom loss over a French winery. To survive a crisis of this magnitude, Brad Pitt has relied on some of the most sophisticated, high-stakes public relations and financial machinery in the entertainment industry. The strategy is simple: create a narrative of unmatched professional triumph to drown out the domestic tragedy. This is where his upcoming movie F1 comes in. Backed by Apple Studios and Warner Bros., and boasting a massive budget of nearly $300 million, the film is designed to position Pitt as the ultimate cinematic force. By filming at actual Formula One Grand Prix events and partnering with 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, Pitt's team has ensured that his name is constantly associated with speed, adrenaline, and masculine appeal. Simultaneously, his personal life is carefully curated to show a man moving forward. His relationship with jewelry executive Ines de Ramon is presented in the press as stable, mature, and happy, offering a stark contrast to the chaotic legal battles with his ex-wife. This dual-track strategy relies on the public's short memory and the sheer noise of blockbuster entertainment to shield his commercial viability. If the public is talking about his lap times at Silverstone or his stylish appearances at film festivals, they are talking about his children formally rejecting his legacy in a Los Angeles courthouse. This tactical diversion is a classic play in the crisis management playbook, reminiscent of other massive family empires where personal drama threatened billions in assets. Look at the historical battles within the Gucci family or the public fallout of media mogul Sumner Redstone. In those cases, just as in the Jolie-Pitt War, the legal battles over estates and companies became proxies for deep-seated personal grievances. In May 2026, Angelina Jolie scored a major legal victory when a California judge ruled she did not have to hand over 22 privileged emails that Brad's team desperately wanted to see. Pitt's lawyers claimed these emails would prove Jolie's bad faith in the winery sale, but the court's decision to protect her attorney-client privilege threw a massive wrench into his strategy. These micro-victories and defeats in the courtroom are watched closely by industry executives because they decide who holds the ultimate leverage. when a celebrity brand is under existential threat, every single email, deposition, and public statement becomes a weapon. Ultimately, the 8-year milestone of this divorce is not just a marker of time. It is the definitive closing of one chapter and the start of a far more permanent, legal, and personal reality. Brad Pitt may win the battle for Château Miraval in his movie F1 may break box office records, but the legal filings show a family that has already made its final decision. They have written him out of their lives, choosing to build their own futures under a different name. If you want to understand how this high-stakes battle over legacy, wealth, and family is reshaping the very nature of Hollywood power, you need to look at what happens when the cameras turn off. To see how other celebrity dynasties have collapsed under the weight of their own secrets, click on the video on your screen right now, where we break down the hidden financial empires that stars tried to hide, only to watch them crumble from the inside out.